Some movie reviews in your ear, but we have to make something clear. These are just opinions, so don't take it personally. Just because we don't like it, you can still be happy. Enjoy what you like, you're an adult. Yeah. BWN Productions, mask plus props and costume work. If you want a monster name, contact BWN Productions. Fast custom shirts, hundreds of t-shirts, all at reasonable prices. If you need custom work, contact Fast Custom Shirts. Grab a cold one and get ready for the show. It's intended for mature audiences because we kid and joke. Boy God is here and so is Tom and Joe.
Sorry, a little late on that. Hello, everybody, and welcome to this. Hope everybody out there is doing well and had a better week than either one of us. Oh, Jose, how is you?
I'm here, old Tomas. Once again, thanks for having me as a special guest.
Oh, no problem. No problem. How did the old week go for you?
It was full of body slams and pile drivers and faces to the turnbuckles.
Yeah, it seems this week, the last week of August, I guess, in the year of our Lord, the thing going around the old internet is a wrestler getting almost beaten to death in the fucking ring by an overzealous or just complete fucking idiot.
Yeah, it's kind of like wrestling promotes violence or something. I don't know. It's strange. It's a strange situation.
Yeah, I guess this guy is like an MMA fighter, the son of an MMA fighter, I guess. And this was good old Rikishi school. You know, that big fat guy from the 90s with oodles and oodles of talents, more than you and I will ever see. But yeah, it was at that fat prick school.
I heard he sells Samoans, those cookies.
I heard he sells that ass, but
Mm.
you know, that could be speculation, even though it wasn't, because you seen him selling that ass on TV. That's real cool to be the fucking wrestler known for having the world's fucking biggest ass. Hey, you big fat guy, your ass makes me want to puke. Go out there and show it to the public. We'll all laugh at you. Yep, that was old Rikishi's career. Never liked that fucking guy. If you couldn't tell. Yeah, it's been a week over here. Fucking allergies are running wild today. Seems every time I go to a hospital a few days later, I come back sick, but that might be because I like to lick the elevator buttons.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, each one has a different taste, you see.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was that. Yeah, just started the old second round of radiation treatments for my mom today. So the next 20 days we got to go back and forth to Houston. So hopefully it takes. It's a very sad place and a very scary and sad situation to be in again, but that's life, and I know people out there are going through fucking shit too. So shout out to you guys. Hope everything works out and just know we're all going through some kind of fucking bullshit. So, yeah. Is what it is, man. Other than that, just fucking busting ass, trying to get shit done. Work fucking before I go, and then fucking work after, try and get everything done. But if the shit ain't out in a timely manner, I don't know what to tell you. Besides, I'm doing my best, and if it goes beyond that, I guess get fucked.
Yeah, get fucked.
That's all I can say.
Had another trip to the dentist today, so of course I'm drinking my water with a straw, Tom. That's to keep, everything on one side of my mouth, because when it hits the other side of my mouth and hits this one tooth, it's just, that's quite a shock.
Damn. Is it because of all that chicles?
Yes, all the chicles.
Fuck. Yeah, sooner or later, you want to help out the kids, but turns out you're the one getting it in the end.
I could have swore that thing said azúcar free, but
damn.
no, it didn't. Yeah, that's it. And I'm at work and just going through the motions at work, and I don't know, I feel like I should be creating new shit, but I just don't have the passion right now. It's like the creative juices aren't flowing. So I start doing other shit instead. Hey, it's kind of brainless to do some cleaning. Let me do some cleaning. So
yeah, we're in the exact opposite boat, I think. I got all this stuff that I want to make, but I got too much shit that I gotta fucking get done to do it. So we'll see. There's something that I want to make that I don't think will take too terribly long to sculpt, but we'll see if I can have it out a few weeks before Halloween so a couple people can get them, whatever. If not, nobody really buys my shit anyway, so it don't fucking matter. But shout out to the 3 people who do, especially if you insist on paying fucking non-discounted prices. You're the real MVP. I was thinking about that shit today too. I'm fucking always hearing them oh, I'm sorry, I gotta raise prices, and it's always fucking $5 or $10. But yeah, the next one price raise is definitely going up by a few because I'm not able to work as long as hard as I used to be, and I think after 20 years, gosh darn it, I deserve a little more.
Yeah, that's something I'm gonna have to do is looking at things. I definitely have to raise shipping for all the lucha books that I send out. You see, because shipping has jumped up quite a bit, and I doubt I'll be sending any of this stuff to the old country or overseas, because international shipping is now really outrageous, and it's going. It used to be you didn't have to pay a certain amount. You didn't have to pay really any kind of export fees or shit like that if it was under a certain dollar amount. But they're doing away with that, and that goes into effect this Friday. So, yeah, I might have to put a stop to the old international shipping. So, not
Kidding me.
Not that I'd been doing a whole lot of it, since the pandemic or anything, but, got to do what I can around the gym.
Yeah, with old Trump's tariffs and shit, the I guess UK, I think Australia might be on it. I'm not sure, but I know the UK is, so kind of puts a damper on fucking import Blu-rays and shit. I know all the fucking toy people are going, oh, I can't get my little mans. So,
well, I can't get my Region 2 DVD, so what am I going to do at this point, fellows?
I know. I pre-ordered it, and I'm just hey, so what now? You already have my money, you fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. The shit that's already been, that you pre-ordered shit from out of the country. That's for a lot of people that do records and stuff too. Oh, my favorite Norwegian death metal band. I ordered that shit a while back. I'm not gonna get it, brother.
Yep. Fuck us all in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
Is what it is, though. Is what it is. So yeah, I was talking about something I wanted to sculpt and make. I'm not gonna bring it up because anytime either war you're fucking new around these here parts, but anytime Joe or I would say, "Oh yeah, we're gonna do this. Get ready, I'm making this." Never fucking happened.
Mm.
So maybe if I shut my fucking dick liquor, it might come to fruition. Will it amount to anything? Does anything?
Mm-hmm.
So, Joe, I watched Dressing Up Halloween, the Ben Cooper story.
You know,
Have you,
for some reason, I thought I remembered watching this podcast when you had a different co-host, and you had already talked about a Ben Cooper documentary.
I would have to think that it was another documentary on Halloween or masks. But yeah, I was going to watch this one last year, but something was telling me, I don't think you want to pay to rent this one, bud. Glad I didn't. It is very okay background fucking noise when you're vacuuming the cat or whatever the fuck it is you people do. Um, you get some information. It's set up kind of weird. Like, here's a couple blurbs about the fucking Muppet masks. Here's a couple blurbs about the Marvel masks and shit. And then you get like some information about the company, some information about the guy, but it's kind of a lot of who gives a shit. Like I had the Ernie one when I was a kid. I was a never a big Ben Cooper fan. Like I appreciate it for what it was, and the art was cool. What was his name? Frank Romano. The section on his art was probably the thing I dug the most. A lot of his shit still holds up, but like the grandson of Cooper was talking about, oh, and then we got the Star Wars masks and they all had to look different. So that involved like actual sculpting, and it was so cool to see that. I was like, what? So I just kind of lost even more, like, all right, they didn't care. This was just pushing out a product. They talked to a couple people who worked in the factories, Frank's kid, Ben Cooper's fucking grandson. And yeah, I don't know. Those weren't really my fucking masks. I understand why people dig them, like they grew up, and if you like that look and shit, you like that look, but it was fine. Like I said, fucking do something else while you're watching this fucking thing. It was very okay, which I guess that isn't great to just be okay. You either want to be like really good or really bad, so at least you're fucking remembered and not just, yeah, it was an all right documentary for people who like that kind of thing, I guess. I don't think anybody going in to be like, yeah, let's hear the story about this American business. I think they'll be wholeheartedly let down, but if you like the Ben Cooper like masks and shit, yeah, it was all right.
Well, the thing is, like, when I grew up, that those were the costumes that were out there. They were like mass marketed. They were in all the department stores, shit like that. And you weren't really like, oh, it's a fucking Ben Cooper. No, it was just like you were after the product. Oh, it's a Spider-Man's. Oh, it's whatever. The fucking alien attack robot monster, because they had some shit that was not licensed. They had some like made up shit or whatever. But who the fuck wanted that? Like who? You were a kid, so you were after this thing or that thing, and yeah, it wasn't until it became a collector's deal that people were like, "Oh shit!" It still has the original rotting rubber, holds it in place. And yeah, I mean, it's collectible because they're very hard to find. You know, and, and, you know, you were a kid, so you were after this thing or that thing, and yeah, it wasn't until it became a collector's deal that people were like, "Oh shit!" It still has the original rotting rubber, holds it in place. You know, and yeah, I mean, it's collectible because they're very hard to find. reproductions, I think, of shit like that are stupid. The little dollies that they've been making, the kids dressed in the original Cooper shit. I think that's pretty cool. But then like now they're making like, oh, here it is in a made up Cooper Terrifier or whatever thing. So that's not cool to me. That's kind of shitty. But they're preying on a market, and they're making their money just like Ben Cooper did. Spirit Halloween store, when they were first opening all over the place, they actually had Ben Cooper product. I remember that, and it was better than most of the other shit they had there, and now I guess, they make all their own shit, so they don't want to license too much shit from this or that. There's some stuff that they have to, but no, the Ben Cooper stuff that they did have, that was out of there pretty quick.
Yeah, I think Trick or Treat has the Ben Cooper license or their catalog, whatever the fuck, I think. Not 100% sure. Those figures I never gave a fuck about. They've been coming out for like a year or two. Yeah, you just it's before my time, right at the tail end. Like I said, I don't know if I said it, but I had the Ernie one when I was like a real little kid. And I mean, the Thing one looks cool. They used, I guess, modern new ones for the new movie, but yeah, I don't know. I guess if you're a generation above me, you'll get more out of it just because it was your thing. But it's just not really a well-made documentary.
Footage of like old commercials and actually kids wearing those costumes.
There might be some vintage footage of kids wearing those costumes, but I'm leaning more towards it was B-roll shot to look like vintage footage of kids wearing those costumes.
Yeah, because I'll tell you, man, those things were not comfortable. That was just like a plastic suit you were wearing, and that shit was hot, especially like in south of the border. Yeah, gets hot.
Yeah, and just like the Venture Brothers joke of sticking your tongue out the fucking little slit and it keeps getting cut and shit.
Yeah,
of course you're gonna do it. You're a stupid little fucking kid.
Yeah, it was just like a little, fuck, I don't know, smaller than a keyhole.
Oh yeah, and I mean just go then slice your fucking tongue because it's a thin edge.
Mi lengua. Mm-hmm.
Is what it is, though. If you're interested, check it out. Just don't expect much because it's very fucking middle of the road. And yeah, I don't know. They could definitely had some commercials, and it comes off more like a book because like each chapter, I guess it has like the same vintage B-roll or whatever they shot of just like people dancing or hee hee, I'm wearing the masks and shit, and it'll say like Marvel, then it'll just talk to who. It's just very whatever and not great.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I don't remember them ever having commercials. I could be wrong, but you would just see like drawings of them in the circulars that they leave on your doors. Like, hey, this is at Gibson's. And they'd have drawings of the fucking costume. They didn't even have pictures. That shit was expensive, I guess, to do photos.
Yeah, I wasn't around for that. I don't.
Oh, you missed out.
I guess so. Yeah, it's what the fuck ever. I can only keep saying that so many times, so it's just fucking time to move along to the next thing, which is back to 2005, Joe. This is a Tubi comedy. And I think no, I'm going to say I don't know. Okay, so back to 2005, it comes off like it's the second movie in a trilogy. Is there one before it? I don't think so, but there might be. And how it ends is just setting up for the next thing. So it starts out Our main character is Time Traveler from the year 2005. That's his name. And he has a flip phone that's used as a time machine, pretty much. This dude, he dresses like fucking one of the Saint Lunatics, like fucking Nelly's crew. He's got the fucking band-aid under his eye, the big ass jersey, the big ass pants and shit. Anyways, George W. Bush hits him up and says, "Hey, I need your help with these weapons of mass destruction. You're the only one who can help save the world." So he goes to the White House, ends up getting lost, goes through a closet, and ends up in the year 2005. He drops the phone. Somebody else picks it up. So they had to fucking do a magic closet, I guess. Why introduce the phone? Because we find out who picks it up at the end, but it doesn't really matter because you have this magic time traveling closet. It's all right. It has its moments. It's pretty tame. The main guy, he talks like this the whole time, man. So that's either gonna work for you or it isn't. I thought it was pretty funny just because of how ridiculous the shit was. Um, Probably my favorite joke in it is he's just looking at everybody in the modern age and the goofy shit that they're wearing. And it says, "Oh, UN persons is gay," and everybody's just aghast and taken back, and they couldn't believe that he just said that shit. But that's about as wild as the comedy in it gets. Um, they should have did a little harder edge 2005 comedy, like Chappelle's Show was hot then, so would have been pretty easy to lean into that kind of humor and just play on how that doesn't really fly in the modern age for the younger generation. But not really. After that, it's like, oh man, this costs this much now. Oh man, this is different. I can't believe it. But I mean, it's funny. It has its moments. It's not the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen, but it's nice to see people are still making goofy little comedies and not just garbage ass horror movies that they shot in their fucking backyard. So it's good the shit's still coming out. Is it great? No. Is it worth your time? Maybe. You might get a chuckle out of it, but if you're not on board for him if you're not on board for him talking like this the whole time, man, maybe not for you. But it was all right. It was all right. And I also watched from the fine folks at Wild Eye Releasing / Visual Vengeance, the hit motion picture Furious. This one's about a Liu Kang running a little karate school for children up in the secluded mountains. Questionable. And then he gets word that his sister died. So he leaves all these children alone to fend for themselves while he goes out and gets revengeance. It has its moments, but it's really not for me. This is something for the Mystery Science 3000 Crowd Mystery Science Theater, whatever the fuck that shit is. If you're into that shit, you will probably dig this shit. But this is like a kung fu movie made for kids. And I'm sure it's made by art school students because it has that kind of avant-garde fucking.
So this is not an older kung fu flick that they restored and brought. This is something more recent that is.
It is no, it's an old movie that they put on Blu-ray, but it's made by some American whites, I'm pretty sure.
Trying to do a funny representation of those kung fu flicks.
Maybe.
Okay.
I think Yeah, I think it's just I'm not sure because I didn't bother going into the fucking Blu-ray because I didn't really care. But it comes off like film school students may saying, "All right, let's make a kung fu movie, but not too much. It's got to be for the kids, you see." It's whatever. Howard Jackson's in it. He was in a couple Rudy Ray Moore movies. He doesn't do shit in it except you're like, oh, hey, is that Howard Jackson? How about that shit? But yeah, if you're a Mystery Science Theater 3000 fuck, then you'll dig this shit. Not for me, but hey, it's out there, and hey, look at that. Ha ha, or whatever the fuck. Terrific. 2 thumbs way up. Highest recommendation. Whew. See if I got anything else on here I can blow through quick. Fuck. I mean, might as well. I'm already fucking rambling on before my nose starts dripping again. I finished off this fucking series. Creature from the Black Lagoon, Part 3. A creature walks among us. Are you gonna believe it when I tell you that this one fucking sucks too? Again, the design of the original creature is cool. I'm sure all this underwater footage was fucking cool at the time, but we have underwater footage that's in color now, you see, and we're able to go even deeper where we can see bioluminescent fish and shit. So while it's like, oh wow, look what they were able to do 70 years ago, how about that shit? It's all a bunch of who gives a fuck. In this one, the fucking gill man gets set on fire and all his skin falls off. And oh, there's another gill man under that gill man. Ooh! And somehow it's bigger. They end up locking it up in a cage. I think it fucks some sheep. It gets out, gets shot a couple times because that's what happens every one of these fucking movies. The gill man gets shot a couple times and then fucking goes into the water and it's over. And this shit is no fucking different. Yep. Easily the worst one. Not that any of the other ones were fucking terrific or anything, but yeah, if it wasn't for the suit, these things wouldn't be shit. And I'm not talking about the fucking creature walks among us, stupid fucking mask and gloves, whatever they had, because that shit fucking sucks. But the original design of the creature's fucking cool. But that's about it. That's about it. I kind of want to go back and watch what the fuck is it? Old Shape of Water now. Be like, oh shit. Was I really that hard on that movie? It has to be better than these, but I don't really want to. One of these days when I feel like watching Paddington's mom fucking whack off in a bathtub again, then I'll say, hey, is there a criterion? Something? Nope. All right. Moments pass then, so.
Well, I kind of want to rewatch that because, old Del Toro, he's working on a Frankenstein movie, Tom, and he's saying, oh, we're not going to use any AI on this. We're not going to use any digital effects because I'm against that. I kind of remember a whole lot of that shit in Shape of Water. Maybe I'm wrong, but I thought there was quite a bit.
Yeah, I got no interest in a Frankenstein or a fucking Guillermo del Toro, anything else.
I'm a Frankenstein aficionado, and I used to really like this Del Toro guy's movies, but I'm really not feeling it for this one.
Yeah, if I could offer you any advice, Joe, it would be Jose, Jesus Christ. It would be the same fucking information that old Joe And I would say, back in the gay. He's like, hey, if you like something, probably don't go back and rewatch it. So I would stay far away from those Frankenstein movies unless I pick that for the next series of movies, because I just, like getting kicked in the dick repeatedly and saying the same fucking thing every week.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. At least they gave that gay guy some money to direct movies instead of just stoning him to death like they used to do. So that was nice on Universal.
Yeah. Well, Tomas, I watched a movie that you recommended to me quite a while back called Super Dark Times. You remember this one, Tom?
Not at all.
Okay, this takes place, I guess, in the 80s, maybe late 80s or whatever, and you got two friends, and they're just sitting there trying to watch the Playboy channel, because it's all like, and they're just laughing and talking, being friends, talking about, girls in their school that they would like to fuck and all that. But yeah, these guys are not very popular or anything, they're just I don't know, they ride around on their bikes and stuff, and they pass by some bullies and get bullied, and then they're hanging out with some friends. They hang out with this kind of fat, uh, I guess they didn't call them autisms back then. They called the kid a retard, probably. He's just like not all there. And then there's this younger kid that they're hanging out with too. Maybe this kid's in middle school. And then one guy says, hey, my brother, he took off to the Marines. Let's see some cool stuff in his room. And they find a bag of weed. Oh, man, that's cool. It's probably been there for months. Probably not no good. But they don't know that. And they don't, I think they do mention it. And then they got a samurai sword. Hey, let's go cut up some melons with this sword. They're doing that. One of the kids starts smoking the weed. It's the not autism yet, because they didn't say that kid, and he just, hey, let me, blah blah blah, and they all start arguing. They accidentally kill with the sword. So what do you do when you accidentally kill somebody? You hide the fucking body, And at this point, this is the first 30 minutes of this movie. It's actually pretty good, I'm into it, and then right after that, it's not good, Tom. It's just, following this kid around that's all paranoid and depressed, and he's having nightmares, and he's worried that, like, hey, they're gonna find the body. He's worried, hey, have you been talking to anybody? Don't be talking to anybody. And the kid that actually did the accidental stabbing, he goes crazy, Tom, and he starts killing other people off. We don't really see a whole lot of that, and it just sucks from that point forward. It's just like you stop caring. They had a pretty good setup on this, and they had it looking like that era. But yeah, it's just doesn't go anywhere that I gave a shit about. I was very disappointed. I think I looked this guy up, and he hadn't made a bunch of movies, but you made the beginning of a good movie, buddy. Maybe next time you make a movie, you can fucking make it good all the way through. I somehow doubt it. I somehow doubt they're going to give you money to do this shit again. But who knows? What do I know? Some people, they don't wait on a studio anymore. They just tell the public, hey, give me money. Here's a campaign, and if you give me money, I'll put your name in the credits. Hey, give me more money, and we'll name a character after you or something like that. A bunch of it worked. It works. Enough money, we'll give you a role. Maybe we'll make a dream sequence where you can walk through or something.
Yeah, we don't care about the quality of actors. We just want to make a movie. So give us all the money, and hey, you can be in it, fuckface.
Yeah. Such is the state of things now. Yeah, the acting on this was pretty good. Like I said, it just lost its way real quick, and I didn't give a shit after that point. It was It was super boring times.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Joe, I watched what some would consider a classic. Tokyo Gore Police. I know you heard of it. Everybody's heard of it. But have you seen it? I would think that you have.
You would think so, but you know what? I think I have. I just forgotten all about it. I know I have the DVD somewhere, but I think I get it confused with all the other movies that came out at the same time that were like, I don't know, Frankenstein versus Lava Girl or some shit.
Dracula Girl versus Frankenstein Girl.
There you go. Stuff like that. And I don't know, Meatball Crunching Muncher or something, like that.
Yes, yes. Meatball Machine, I think, was made by this same dude, but there was fucking other ones, but I think this is the most well-known one, probably due to the name, because they're all somewhat samey. This was a pretty influential movie on me, not because I was turning Japanese or anything, but because of the style of Gore. And going back and looking at it now, it's still fun, but they hold on it a long time just so you can see exactly how cheap it is. And it's great if like first time you're seeing it and first time you're exposed to something like that, it's awesome. But about 20 years later now and you're seeing all the seams and the chinks in the armor, as they say. But Tokyo, some year, the cops are privatized now, so they're owned by a corporation, and there's people out there that they call engineers, and why I don't know. They like lose an arm, and then a weapon grows there, so they can have a chainsaw arm or something now.
So relevant to today is what you're saying.
Joe, this movie right here, Tokyo Gore Police, it's more relevant today than when it was fucking made.
Hmm.
So yeah, we follow along with Chun Li. She's our fucking bitch we follow, I guess. And she's a cop, and it's just an excuse to see a whole lot of over the top, ridiculous gore. There's like weird, wacky Asian sex stuff going on where it turns into just like genetic mutations and shit due to this engineering. And there's some wacky shit in it. I still like it, but I don't think it holds up upon repeated viewings, especially so many years later. Because the storytelling, I know it doesn't matter because we're not here for storytelling. We're just here for over the top blood flowing and shit. But if the storytelling was a little better, it definitely would have helped elevate this movie more. I know it sounds like I'm saying, oh, fuck this shit. It's lame. It doesn't hold up. I still like it. I would still say it is a classic, but definitely gonna get a lot more out of it the first viewing. Like fucking children's just getting into like horror movies and gore movies and seeing this one. They say, oh yeah, that's pretty badass. But they're probably on fucking TikTok or some shit just watching 15-second clips or whatever other shit. It is what it is. It's not for everybody. If you like goofy, ridiculous, over the top shit like gore and blood flow, definitely check it out. I would have to assume you've already fucking seen it though, if you're over a certain age. But Yeah, I don't think we have much young people watching this shit, so I would just have to assume everybody has already seen this, and you can say I'm a complete fucking dickhead for not thinking it holds up 100%. Is what it is, though. I still like it. It'll be a long time before I go back and watch this or maybe any other of these types of movies, because I have a few on the shelf, but it ain't hitting like Ricky O. You go back, it's like, God damn, Ricky O still goes hard as a motherfucker. I want to watch some more wild Chinese shit. This didn't really fucking make me want to do that with the wild ass Japanese shit. So if you've never gotten to like the Jap splat movies of the fucking 2000s, definitely check them out. They're worth seeing and watching. Just upon rewatch, I don't know. But like I said, I'm not a fucking weebo motherfucker. So again, fuck me for not loving the fuck out of this thing.
Well, Tomas, I continued my journey through the mystical land down under and watched another of the savage cinema. The work of Mark Savage, Tom. And this time the film was called Marauders. This was his first feature-length film, and like I said, these were the way they're set up in this disc. They're out of order, which is kind of a good thing because the last one, very arty and very shitty. This is very raw. This is about two blokes, Tom, two young blokes. One's named JD, and well, shit. He lives at home with his mom and likes to bring people home and kill and torture them. But mom's kind of sick of that. Tom is about to go to the cops. He ain't having none of that, so he kills his mom. And his buddy Emilio has big, crazy hairstyle going on. Tom. Kind of like,
because when I think fucking Australian, you know what I think?
Big, crazy hairstyle.
I think, there's got to be a bunch of fucks named Emilio running around. The fucking pasty skinned fuck named Emilio with this fucking glam rock fucking wolf hair.
Yeah, that's a crazy hairstyle. It's just ridiculous. Okay, and it's not him, JD, that wears his pants, like the pockets, the ass pocket area is cut out for some reason. Why? Maybe that was the way they did it in Down Under. I didn't live there. I wasn't a youth there, a troubled youth, so I don't know. Well, old Emilio, he's kind of tired of his old lady, beats the shit out of her. She's just had a kid, and well, he thinks she's hiding his car keys because he wants to go out into town and do some shit. She don't want him to, and well, give me the keys, you bitch. Give me the keys. I don't got them, and so he just shoots her, And oh shit, he had the keys all along. Anyway, he picks up JD. They're gonna go hang out, but as JD's walking to the car, somebody like sideswipes him and hits him pretty good, Tom. And I look at this stunt, and I'm, holy shit, that looked real. That looked like that this guy actually got hit. And well, this has a little production diary, and yeah, that guy actually got hit. So not a lot of safety in this thing. It's his first movie. It's got a bunch of kids in it. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Well, I mean, all he did was hurt his leg, and it's like, we got to go after that guy. Turns out this guy, he's a modern day Australian Lothario, Tom. He's got a different chick, sometimes two, every week, and he takes him out to this cabin in the woods because that's his fuck cabin. That's where he likes to take the ladies. And this particular one that he's got this week, well, she's a weird looking chick with buck teeth and just kind of, She's Australian, is what I'll say.
I think they would refer to her as a real squawker of a bird.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're following her and they're causing mischief and all kinds of shit along the way. But so's this other guy, you know, he's stealing cars and, you know, finally gets the girl to the cabin. These guys rape a girl along the way, and then they finally, you know, they get him in the cabin, they ambush him, but oh, he turns it around. He's got them, you know, at gunpoint. But all this time, all this trouble they've been causing, Tom, they've been riling up the youth in the little town where that cabin is, you know. The teens are coming after all of these fuckers and they're going to get their revenge. They got their own mob shit going, Tom. But it's not real easy for them because old JD and Emilio, they're not going down easy, Tom. They're going to take as many of these kids out with them. And it's fucking great, this movie. This is the best shit I've seen in a while. I laughed so much at how ridiculous some of this shit is. Just the looks of some of these people. They throw off insults at each other that just had me cracking up, and they're doing it in this stupid Australian accent, so it sounds even more ridiculous. It's just funny. This is, I know it's not intended to be funny. It was intended to be shocking with the rape, and even the rape scene is so overdone and so ridiculous. You're just like, you know, you don't want to laugh, but you do, or I did anyway. Maybe I'm just a prick, but I found this great, and it gets the highest recommendation. Yeah, I don't want to sell off this set like I said last week. I want to keep it just so I can, you know, bust this out whenever there's people, you know, hey, y'all want to watch something really crazy and shitty? I will throw this on. This is definitely a party movie. Good shit.
So Jose hit me up and said pretty much what you did right now. Oh, this is great. I laughed and laughed and laughed. So I watched it, and I mean, it has its funny moments. A lot of it has to do with their silly fucking accents, but I know they think that we have silly fucking accents.
What?
It's just very edge lordy shit. Oh, hey, you cunt! Why don't you come over here, you fuck knuckle? Yeah, a bunch of that, and a lot of abuse against women that comes off just very clumsy. It's fine for a first go movie, you and your friends making a movie, but it's just like kids doing all this shit, and it's not very intimidating, and it's hard to take them seriously with the fucking accents and their edgelordy dialogue and shit. It was all right. You probably have a good time watching it with friends. If this is like one of a couple movies you're doing a bad movie night, but besides just the silly accents, it was fine. It was there. So then I thought, all right, who made this fucking movie? And then I'm scrolling through his fucking movies that he made. I said, yeah, that fucking figures. This guy made a movie that was on my worst of last year list there, Jose.
Which one was that?
That was the bronzy classic, 10 or 12 to midnight, whichever the bootleg one was with the fucking shitty werewolves.
So he's still making movies then?
He's still making not good movies. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can see why you got some laughs and shit out of
I
him.
a lot of laughs on it, Tom. I had a blast watching it. On, I know, you don't like to laugh. You're an enemy of fun, is what I heard you refer to yourself in some of the past episodes that I watched. But this is fun, unintentional fun, yes, but fun nonetheless.
Yeah, if you think women getting smacked around is fun, check it out. You'll laugh.
It's pretty funny.
Some guy wants to ask if you're a juggalo there, Jose.
I don't even know what that is.
I think it has something to do about not having self-respect.
I don't know how to juggle at all.
It's you just got to kind of keep one up in the air, and there's a trick where you hold one in your hand so it looks like they're moving. Fucking pricks.
You got anything else?
Nope.
Well, Tom, don't mind. We're wrapping up our look at the films of Charles Kanganis, or whatever, however you say his name.
Kanganis.
Kanganis with No Escape, No Return. And with a title like that, you know this shit's going to be good, right? Right. Okay, so in this one, Tom, we got three childhood friends. You know, an Asian guy, a white guy, white lady. And, you know, they grew up being tough and shit. And so they all became cops, Tom, but not just any kind of cops. Cops on the edge. Cops that don't care how many bodies get laid on the ground if they're going to get their person. You know, if they're going to get that guilty party and put them behind bars or put them in the ground. Well, shit. You know, the thing is, you know, there's a whole anti-police movement. You know, people are tired of this. So the brass, Tom, they got to suspend these three. They got to suspend them, man. They can't be working and blowing shit up and killing folk. Well, Tom, maybe their careers aren't quite done yet because there's a DEA agent that brings them all in, thinks they're perfect to help take down a drug lord that's been eluding arrest. Perfect, huh? They can do that. They can work for this guy. Little do they know, Tom, that DEA agent is on the take, and he's working for that same drug lord that they think they're going after. He's got a vendetta against them because they've been hurting his business, Tom. What are they going to do next? What are they going to do, Tom? Are they going to get all suicidal? Who knows? Who knows? All I know is there's no escape from their situation, and there's no return once they walk down that road.
Well, there, Jose. Timmy Kanganis fucking sucks. I guess all he can do is make dirty cop movies. And this is another one. You know, that first one we watched, I was kind of like, oh, yeah, you know, it's whatever, kind of all right. Just, you know, what you need to have a straight to video action movie back in the days. Moments, don't remember what they are, but it was all right. Oh, I mean, Chance was pretty good. Dan Haggerty was in it, and you're just like, oh wow, that's hey Dan Haggerty, and you know, then you think, oh, he can just elevate anything he's in because now I saw fucking, I was gonna say no retreat, no surrender, but no escape, no return, and oh yeah, this guy's probably a fucking one trick pony, and he can only make very average, bare minimum. You need get a video distribution back in the day. Very lame. Very who gives a fuck. It's just whatever. I don't remember a lot about this shit. Took me fucking 3 sittings to finish it because I was just so sick and tired of this guy's same old shit. Nothing happens. I guess, oh, fucking car blew up. Oh, cars blew up in the other ones. The only thing I would say worth a fuck at all in this movie is that fucking big Samoan fuck who I can't remember what his name is, but he always plays like, oh, I'm big scary Samoan. He's usually good in everything I seen him in. What the fuck else am I seen him in? I don't know, but I remember the fucking face. But anything other than that in this movie could go jump in a lake. Bootleg Judd fucking Nelson and his cocaine habit fucking sucks. Shitty kung fu guy fucking sucks, and the bitch fucking sucks. John Saxon fucking sucks in this. There's a scene where, and now I'm saying my line directly in the camera like a dick. Fucking sucks. Everything about this is just who gives a fuck.
You know, I usually don't, or since I've come on to this program, I've not really agreed with a lot of Tom's sentiments on movies, but and I was warned ahead of time that, you know, when he gets in these surly moods, you know, it's not going to make for a good show. But I agree with him this time. This is not a good movie at all. It lengthens its runtime with a lot of flashbacks to scenes you just saw 10 minutes ago. You don't need a fucking reminder of what just happened. You know, I say that, but, you know, I watched the movie, you know, I went to bed, I wake up, and I'm going to write my little review, you know, and I thought, I don't fucking remember how that ended. What the hell happened? You know I watched it. You know, I was wide awake when I was watching, so I had to go back and watch the ending again. And I forgot it because it was so lackluster. It was just a lot of this movie is just like they wrote it on the fly. You know, a lot of it doesn't make sense. A lot of it doesn't connect to each other. You know, there's like this rival drug lord that appears out of nowhere. Like they're all of a sudden you're in one scene and the next scene they're in his little pueblo or something and he's shooting at them. You know, there's like a fucking revolution going on or something. And then he hires them to take out the other drug lord. And it's, where did this shit come from? You know, they just, all of a sudden they're in this scene. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Yeah. John Saxon, he's brought in. There's some other B names that you'll either recognize their face or whatever, like, but you won't remember what the hell you've seen them in. You definitely won't remember that you've seen them in this, because this movie will not stay in your mind at all. Yeah, Kaganis, he can't direct. He can't make a good movie here. You know, he was really trying to do like some Chow Yun Fat shit. You know, the influence is very evident in some scenes. There's no style.
Yeah, the only thing he was able to pull off was a fucking Chinese guy in a duster. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, it sucks, man. It's just it's really, really bad. This guy went on to direct the Three Ninjas series of movies, which I don't think I've seen any of those. Yeah, do not recommend this dude. Chance, you know, I think the other people involved in that had more to do with me enjoying that than he did, for sure.
And he had a co-director on that as well, to be fair.
And I do want to watch those other ones, and I don't have to worry so much because he didn't direct those other two movies. So I'll still give those a shot. But no, this was I wouldn't say disappointing, because I kind of knew what I was in for. But you know, I can at least now say that I've watched them.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it sucked all the fucking dicks in the room. It is very mediocre, very middle of the road. And to me, that is worse than sucking all the fucking dicks in the room. So it's just, yep, that was a movie. All right, then.
Yeah.
Fuck them. Well, we're going to have to wait another week to find out what pile of slop we're watching next, because Well, because it's that time of the fucking year again, and it's the whatever anal Jean-Claude Van Damme-a-thon.
Shit, is it the end of summer already?
It is the end of summer already.
Mm.
Luckily for me, there's a 2025 JCVD movie that came out,
Of course.
and I got it ready to go. So I think it's called The Gardener or The Gardener because it's in fucking French, you see. But yeah, we'll do that. Maybe the fuck has his workout shit edited a little better. But hey, we will see what this week brings because these last few years I think I've watched all of his fucking movies. Can't wait. So hey, you like big fat kids?
Hey, Tom, in Web of Spider-Man, Spider-Man fights those Venturions I was telling you about. Yep. And he kicks their asses. That's all that goes on in this shit. In Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Mans, he's reminiscing over Gwen Stacy and feeling bad. And then he fights Blacklash. And that sucked too. But what you're talking about, Tom, is a fat kid in a spider suit. Yep. This is old Ollie Osnick. And you didn't read Peter Parker's Spectacular Spider-Mans where he was the leader or the, I don't know, chief president of a super villain fan club. And he was a fan of Doc Ock. That's Dr. Octopus to you.
He's the only big fat one he could look up to.
Mm-hmm. And he made his own Dr. Octopus suit and, started stealing from candy stores and comic stores. And Spider-Man's accidentally kills or almost accidentally kills him and shit. And then at some point, like Dr. Octopus actually goes after this kid too. And in this one, Tom.
All these characters can't keep their hands off this kid.
He's changed. Now he's Spider-Man's biggest fan and wants to be his partner, the Spider Kid, the Spectacular Spider Kid.
But I thought they got rid of that suit.
Nah, he didn't.
Oh.
He made a new one. Yeah, that's it. That's all that goes on. And, he goes out there, tries his best, fucks up. Spider-Man helps him out. At the end of it, he gets a girlfriend.
A big fat girlfriend. Oh, I love Marvel Comics.
Yeah, this sucks. 65 cents this shit cost.
Too much. Oh, well, this was just fucking fantastic there, Jose.
Yeah, no problem.
I didn't thank you. They should be thanking us for this.
I tell you, Tomas, if ever there's a time when you don't feel like recording, all you have to do is tell me. It's better just to put it off than to put out a shitty show. That's what I say.
Yeah, I would have if I had anything worth talking about, but that would just be delaying the inevitable. The best thing I watched this week was Tokyo Gore Police, and it was, it's a classic.
The rest of you go watch Marauders. It's a whole lot of fun. Yeah, I like fun. Yeah.
Hey, everybody. You're welcome. DWNProductions.net. Fast Custom Shirts. Hordecast, thank you. Former Ghost President, thank you. Harvester, thank you. Rand, thank you. The Fantastic Four. That's what we got. All right, then. Until next time, what?
Hey, all of y'all, just be on the lookout for old Crostophiles and BOYGOB.
Thanks for checking out the show.
We hope you dug it, baby. If so, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe and let us know down below. Support Tom and Joe by heading over to bwnproductions.net and fastcustomshirts.com. Until next time.